And now, through the magic of the Cybernet Space Cube, the computer-enhanced podcast of the future, Transformers Slag Podcast. What up, what up, what up? How we all doing this Saturday night? It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. How we all doing? This is the Transformers Slag Podcast Saturday night live stream main event. This is the face that runs this place. This is the voice that you hear Monday to Friday. My name's Proto Man, and this is the Transformers Slag Podcast Saturday night live stream. We take super chats, we talk to the fans, we recap the news, we update some news, we talk about some news that we didn't talk about this week that have developed over the past 2 days. We talk about a bunch of stuff. A lot of lovely names we see here today. Princeton Phalanx 59, Roman Schilling. We got Link CW. We got Lizard Sphere X. Michael Koo. How you doing, Michael? We got Abraham has joined the mini cons. We got a lot of people today. A lot of people. A lot of the green names. Some Patreon people too, I see. Also, good stuff. Good stuff. Tristan, what's up? Well then, so we're going to be doing a giveaway today. We have stuff from the P.O. box we got to open up. We have a big Haslab sample that Proto Man got in the mail that he didn't expect because, unlike the rest of you, I didn't get a notification. People who get sent samples, just it shows up at their door and then their neighbor gives you a call while you're recording with Aaron Archer that there's something at your door that's huge. Thank you, Klaus. I'm just going to say that now for giving me the heads up. But yeah, we're going to talk some Transformers. We're going to have some fun today. There's a lot of stuff here. And yeah, so let's jump into some news. We'll take some super chats from the fans. Once again, if you want to participate in the craziness, just hit that super chat button down there and super chat a question. Or if you're one of the beautiful green names over there from the YouTube membership. So then, let's jump into that. What's that first piece of news? Well, it's kind of related to my attire a little bit. So let's play the trailer. That's the new Magic the Gathering sets. We touched on this lightly last week, and I did an individual segment about it during this week. But people know I'm a big Magic the Gathering player. I played Magic the Gathering 29 years of the 30 years that whole thing has been existing. And even back I remember in the early 2000s, people were making custom Transformer Magic cards, and I would have never imagined that we'd be getting Magic the Gathering Transformers. And then when I went to HasCon in 2017 with my crew, shout out to Larry, Julian, Ultra Primal, we went to HasCon, and they had Magic the Gathering Transformer cards, and it was a big deal to me. And now we have more Magic the Gathering Transformer cards. We have the Secret Layers that are going to be available for pre-order starting today until January 6th. It's a whole bunch of Transformer ones. I love them all. They look amazing. It's our first two Rodimus flavored cards, or Hot Rod or Rodimus flavored cards, which are both drawn by the amazing Casey Collar, that I say enough how amazing of an artist he is. Probably in my top 3 of the comic book IDW crew easily. So the fact that Casey did a lot of the art for these is pretty awesome. Check them out. Again, check out the Secret Layer. Just throw it in your Google machine, Secret Layer Magic the Gathering. If you're interested in these, it's $39.99 for the foils of specific sets of what you want. If you don't want them in foil, if you want them in the matte art style, it's $29.99 for a little set. Pick which set you want. Everything's looking good. And I just wanted to just talk about those again because they're pretty awesome. I heavily suggest if you want to learn more of the deep cuts that are available in these and everything. I did an individual segment just a couple of days ago. Check that out. What's up, Aaron? Check that out. And I break down like what's going on with the flavor of the cards, what's happening in the background, how do each of the land cards relate to your commanders if you were going to use specific Brothers War Autobots or Decepticons as your commanders. There's so much going on here from a deep Magic the Gathering kind of thing. But I'm really excited about these. There's a lot of drama going on in the world, but I could always enjoy Transformers Magic the Gathering stuff, despite all of the other drama that exists. So that's why I'm wearing my Jace the Mind Sculptor hoodie today to celebrate the Transformer Magic the Gathering awesomeness. We got a super chat from Princeton Phalanx 59 for $5. Thank you, Princeton Phalanx 59 for the super chat. There's a bunch of QC issues with my Star Saber. Unacceptable for spending that much money on Haslab. Well, we're going to be talking about Star Saber later. That's for sure, because I got mine in the mail. So that's definitely going to be a discussion we will be having later today. So stay tuned for that, my friend. Let's get into some other news. Let's talk about the Rise of the Beast Bumblebee that we got to see for the very first time. This one was not leaked out by all the stolen Hasbro crazy people that we do not respect and or spit on when we see them in the streets. Um, oh yeah. But anyways, so we got a deluxe class studio series number 100 Rise of the Beasts Bumblebee, the off-road Bumblebee specifically, that we're going to be seeing in the Peru segment of the movie. This is going to be $24.99. According to Sam Smith, who is one of the designers on this, it was supposed to be a beautiful bookend because the very first studio series was Studio Series 01 Camaro Bumblebee, and they felt that it would be serendipitous that Studio Series 100 would also be a Camaro Bumblebee, and it would work out nice and cozy. It looks pretty good. I think it might need a little more paint on it, but that might just be the photos. Worst case, there probably will be a premium finish or some kind of extended Japanese release down the line. You know how it is. It's always like that. Excuse me if I'm a little phlegmy. I literally ate some heavy MSG food before we did the segment today. Had a stack of egg rolls waiting for me, and it was good. Mm, thank God for water. But yeah, looks really good. I just wanted to show some. Sam Smith posted this on his Instagram. Just some behind the scenes of the design and everything. So he worked on this one with Otoku Kawazu, from Takara. He's a new designer at Takara, and looks really good. Looks really good. He shows how it works from the block model to the digital rendering to the digital color rendering. Looks really good. I like what I see. I like how they were still able to create a different silhouette for the old Camaro Bumblebee, but still have something that is refreshing and looks, familiar, I guess is the best way to put it. We never thought we'd see that old Camaro ever again after the 2007 movie, but yet here we are. Here we are. What are you saying here, Aaron? Aaron's talking about some movie stuff. Okay. So, anyways, but yeah, check it out. Check it out. It's on Sam Smith's Instagram. That he posted a whole bunch of images and stuff, including the Battle Trap one. So you get a good idea of what was going on behind the scenes with these. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Again, right now, pre-orders are up on Hasbro Pulse, $24.99. They say it's gonna ship out April 1st, 2023, but I think that'll probably be sooner. I think. There's different conflicting information on that shipping date. That's the Hasbro Pulse ship out date, but I'm pretty sure retail probably will get it sooner. So keep that in mind if you want to get your toys sooner. Let's put it that way. Next up, we have Medics. This was a unexpected one. We don't know the origin of it. We don't know the story of it. I just did a very drawn out segment about it, trying to make sense of what design it's really trying to invoke and everything like that. What's the story with those two weapons that are included with him that are normally associated with the mold of Elita 1, or in this case, the recent Minerva from Walgreens? So we don't know much. We do not know much about this character in terms of its release or what it's trying to do or how it's going to work. But again, if you want me to go, if you want the deep dive on this and the whole story with this character and everything, check the individual segment that I did earlier this week. We really explain like the coloring, what this character is, and even its origins with the BotCon custom class and Jesse Witherich and his coloring that he did of it too back in the day. It's a bit of a deep cut, but there's a lot going on. And just to double confirm with people, it is not the Project Bear listing that we saw just a couple days ago. The F code or the product number F code is completely different. So it's definitely not the Project Bear. I don't know what that is, to be honest with you. It's some kind of collaborative thing that we're going to be getting in the near future. These names rarely reflect what the final product is. Sometimes it does, sometimes it's completely different. So we'll see what happens with that. And speaking of rescue bots related stuff, here's a surprise. So we got yet again, it's crazy with rescue bots because they rarely have villain characters. We got the odd more bots, we got the odd, this and that, but rarely did we get villain toys with rescue bots. It was always good guy figures. And then we got Megatron. Megatron was like our first foray into that. And now we have Starscream. Now, the Starscream is just pretty much a slight, and I mean slight at the best, slight retool of the Energize Bumblebee, which was like, the rescans, where practically every rescue bot character had every single mold in the line. So you'd have like Heatwave as a Formula One car, Heatwave is a jet, Heatwave is a truck, Heatwave is a car, Heatwave is this. Heatwave is a two-headed dragon, you know, dinosaur. So we kind of had the same thing where a lot of these molds went across a lot of characters. So they took the one that was used with both Whirl and Bumblebee with his rescan. They gave it the Starscream head. And here we have today our very first, technically Rescue Bot Starscream, although this is under the Classic Heroes team line, which is showing up in stores right now. I still have not found that Croc Megatron, though. That's been my one white whale recently that I've been trying to hunt for. I want to find that Croc Megatron. I haven't seen. I found the Primal, but now I'm looking for that Croc Megatron. But hopefully, I find also the regular Megatron, the Tank Megatron, and this Starscream, because these are interesting additions to the Rescue Bots line that are a little more what I guess older collectors like me are kind of interested in, where they kind of invoke some of those classic characters and everything. So pretty cool. It is different, I will say that. And yeah. And speaking of different stuff that probably most people aren't interested in, we recently got a slew of listings for upcoming Funko Pop items. Yeah. So no surprise, Rise of the Beast is going to be extremely successful, and there's going to be Funko Pops to match that success. So there is going to be Funko Pops of RC, Bumblebee, Mirage, Optimus Primal, Optimus Prime, Scourge. And yeah, it's going to be standard Funko stuff. It's going to be out there, and there is no God. Let's put it that way. The last time Funko Pop did Transformer movie stuff, it didn't sell well. People in the comments who were Funko collectors told me that the reason why it didn't sell well was because they were ugly. I don't know what they're going to expect from these ones, pretty much. I don't know, but we will see. We will see. But yeah, this is going to be coming in the near future, probably around the time of the Rise of the Beast movie. I really hope that the first like RC toy or merch, or the first like Mirage merch, is not a Funko Pop. Like, wouldn't that be crazy if like the first time we get some decent merch of RC or Scourge or Mirage from this movie is going to be the Funkos? Wouldn't that be crazy? Oh man. That'd be, you know what though? That would give Funko the edge though. If this stuff hits retail before everything else, even people are gonna like wait that don't want to wait are gonna probably pick it up. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, that's coming. Keep an eye out for that. Now, how about something you're actually excited about? Oh yeah, Prime Skyquake going into the Legacy Evolution line. Now, I'm going to do an individual segment about this. I'm not going to talk too long about it because I actually feel there's a lot more that I want to visually show and talk about with this. There's a lot going on here with this mold. Let me tell you. From a past experience, stuff that Aaron Archer's even worked on and recolored in the past with the Universe line, there's so much going on here that they could do with this. I mean, they are going to make a lot of money with this mold. So this is a leader class, Transformers Prime Skyquake, Legacy Evolution coming down the line. We'll talk about it later this week. That's all I'm going to say. So stay tuned for that. Be sure if you haven't liked, comment, and subscribed on this channel, there's going to be an individual segment about it later this week for sure. For sure. Because this is cool. This is like ridiculously cool. So I didn't expect it to turn out this well, but it looks really good. We got a super chat from Aiden Tolbert. How you doing, Alden? Excuse me, Alden Tolbert. How you doing? Imagine if we see a female Star Saber. If Grimlock has his own super mode, what will it be like? We need Lugnut and a Clobber pack. Well, let's start with the beginning. Female Star Saber. Well, technically we got the ultimate swordswoman of the universe, known as Windblade. So I think Star Saber and Windblade would be quite a cute couple. If Grimlock had his own super mode, well, let's see. T-Rex. What's bigger than a T-Rex? What is it called there? The Gigantosaurus. What was that recent recent dinosaur that they found that like eats up T-Rexes and stuff? I'm not a paleontologist, so I apologize for anyone that's probably yelling at their screen right now. So you could have like maybe he has a trailer or something that's another dino, and he combines with that dino to make a bigger dino, but not in the Energon way with Swoop. Who knows? What would that be like? And then as a Lugnut and Clobber 2-pack, there you go. Another ultimate dating couple situation, I guess. Two people that are purple and love to smash things. There you go. Thank you for the super chat, Alden Tolbert. But yeah, getting back to Skyquake, I'm going to talk more about it later this week. So be sure to see. Yeah, see, there's all the ones. There's Humongosaurus, Gigangosaurus. See, I don't know if I'm reading Godzilla character names because I know that was one of Godzilla's names for one of his early movies before they settled on Godzilla in 1957. But anyways, we'll talk about Skyquake later this week. So stay tuned for that segment. I might record it either tomorrow or Monday. We'll see how I feels. Speaking of Haslab, but not about Hasbro Pulse's Star Saber, here's our update as of this recording. Now, I might be a couple of numbers off, but now here we go. Bottom right there, we are pretty much only 100 away from getting every single tier for Deathsaurus. Now, this could be more of the Takara dumps and the Pacific Rim dumps that we'll probably be seeing Sunday into Monday, and then it'll be over that. But it's going to be happening. I'm surprised that it went up this quickly. We will see the validity of that. You know what's interesting though? You know what's really interesting? I was because all of these images that I have here, all of these like segmentations of the progress, these were actual screenshots that I took and updated one at a time. And if you notice, like next to the countdown of the date to the left of it, so like if you look at the top left, it said 37 days, 37 days, 5 hours, and 36 minutes. If you look to the left, it says funding ends in. And it was always funding ends in, funding ends in. And if you look at the bottom right, the last two of them in the last 9 days were crowdfunding ends in. They actually changed the vernacular and lingo for that. I don't know if that was a legal reason, but I just noticed that today. Like they changed it last week and I didn't notice it, I guess, but very interesting. I don't know why they did that. I guess they can't say that we're funding the project, so they have to crowdfund it. I don't know how that works with the legal of it, but that is interesting. It was something I noticed that changed on the website over the past couple of weeks of their projects and stuff. Very cool. Very cool. I don't know why they did that. But yeah, just wanted to point that out. And last but not least, the big one, the big video game reveal, the big video game reveal of Transformers Reactivate. Now, we know practically nothing about this. We know a lot about from leaked, cinematic stuff, but that's story related. I want to know what's happening with this game. I want to know if we're, returning to a War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron, peak AAA era of Transformer gaming, or is this going to be just another flash in the pan licensed kind of game, and then we move on after 4 months? So I'm really curious about that. I've been reading all kinds of different things online. I don't know how much of it is legit. I mean, the same thing, there's a bunch of images online that claim to be animation models from the game. The Optimus Prime animation model does match up with the leaked FMV stuff that we saw online, so it could be legit. But again, we don't know. Same thing. The Bumblebee image that we saw online kind of matches with the Bumblebee schematic we saw in the background of the trailer. So there is a strong chance these are legitimate animation models and stuff like that of the characters, but we don't know gameplay. And at the end of the day, with a video game, it could look beautiful, it could look snazzy, it could look great, it could have great FMVs, amazing story, cool voice actors. But if it doesn't have good gameplay, then we're just back at square one. So I'm really curious where this goes, because I truly believe a lot of Hasbro's future for all their brands, not just Transformer, but all their brands, is going to be growing into that video game sphere. And I'm not just talking mobile. I know mobile games are, they're a short-term gain, but not a long-term investment. And that's just a reality with mobile games. But when it comes to AAA video games that really catch the attention of people, it's good for Transformers, it's good for non-Transformer fans because it gets them interested in the brand through those games. There's a lot of brands that weren't brands before, they were strictly video games. Fortnite was not a pre-existing brand. It was a brand onto itself that was a video game, and now look, the space that it dominates on toy shelving and merchandising and posters and t-shirts and stuff. Same thing with Angry Birds, same thing with Among Us, same things with Minecraft, Call of Duty, Halo. These were all brands that existed solely as video games and then became huge. And when you have something like Transformers, that's a powerful brand to begin with storytelling and characters and toys and merchandising, and all that's already built in. If you just find a good skeleton to place it in, imagine if instead of Fortnite, it was a Transformer arena kind of thing, and how the world would have been so differently, like, so it's the same thing here. If this game really takes off and it really finds its audience, you know, I'm really curious to see where that goes. I really am. I really, really am. Because that could be very valuable from a business standpoint for the brand and its growth and everything like that. So that's just my take on it essentially. But yeah, that's it more or less for the news. Um, just going to cover one more thing because it was a question that was asked to us by, oops, I hit the microphone a lot today. I got to put it a little higher. Princeton Phalanx 59 wanted to talk about Victory Saber. And I'm with you, my man. I'm with you. I'm with you a lot because, like, like to me that my big problem with it is just how small it is. Like, to me it's just, I don't get it. I don't get it. Why is it so small? I don't know. Why is he so small? Like I was expecting at least something deluxe class. I mean, okay, I can't even keep it, do it with a straight face. Anyways, here he is. Let me grab the real one right here. People probably yelling at the screen. Proto, quit trolling. So, I mean, look, I'll give my honest opinion. Um, I didn't have any QC issues with it to my knowledge. It looks pretty good in terms of like quality control. I did all the different modes, transformed it. I have it now in Victory Saber mode, which I think it'll probably stay indefinitely for a while, just because I feel that's probably the most aesthetically pleasing for it. It has its hits or misses. I mean, it's still pretty awesome. Don't get me wrong. I love Star Saber to death. It's one of my favorite characters. I still stand by its value is a little skewed I posted some images on my Discord. You know, I still feel this is a Voyager and a leader class toy that they sold for $179.99. Where the extra $85 to $90 go, yeah, you could argue making it more bulkier, but that's still an extra $85 to $90. So it's the gap of it is the whole different story in terms of pricing, but it still is an awesome looking product. But I was reminded how the chunk is still real. This is the original Star Saber. This is my baby boy that I got back in high school, back in 1999, 2000. Jaws D will have to confirm it for me because he took the photos when I picked it up. Um, yeah. So call me an old man, but I like the chunk, you know? And he's huge in comparison and having them next to each other. And then even you have the masterpiece one here. Here's the masterpiece Star Saber, which, yeah, it never got a Victory Leo. A lot of people were quick to point that out. Oh, there's no Victory Leo. There'll never be a Victory Leo. Never say never, my friends. Never say never. And I love the masterpiece one. Masterpiece one does a lot of things that this one can't do. Can it do the psycho missiles? Can't do that. Can't do these psycho missiles from the final battle. Doesn't have the landing gears. You know, this one can't do any of that. So can't store the sword where it belongs, over here or here. So there's little animation ties that unfortunately are lacking. But don't want to sound too negative. I still think it's a really good product. I think it looks great. I think it's fantastic. If I had to give it a ranking out of 10, it's a 10. It is a 10 because at the end of the day, I'm not going to knock, the missing stuff on it because it was a retail product, not a specialty product, not an online 179.99 product. It was a retail product. And a world where we could have Diaclone stuff in retail, we could have Kiss Play stuff in retail. We there's all nothing is impossible now for retail. That the leader of the Transformer Victory Autobots could have been a retail product, and a lot of people lost out on it. And it sucks because we're getting a lot of reports online of QC issues and two left hands or it being scratched or anything. And look, I'll be honest with you. It sucks. It's true. Like that kind of stuff happens. But I think there probably was a big crunch time on this. I think they wanted this to ship out before Deathsaurus ended. Because think about how perfectly this works out. Deathsaurus is days away. Days away. What is it, like 2 days away? And this is when everyone is getting their Star Sabers. So I'm pretty sure it was planned that way. I'm pretty sure they wanted it that you got your Star Saber in hand. You went, oh my God, this is so cool. Now I definitely got to get Deathsaurus. So I think that was really, that was a strong intention. The one thing I will give them by making this a specialty product, the one cool thing we got out of it was the reversible box. So you have this, in all honesty, this is the boring way to display the box. You actually could take the box apart and then it's reversible and you have a Japanese box that you could have instead on the other side, which is way cooler looking. Um, has like the little grid pattern and everything from the old Transformer Victory G1 box design from 89, 90. So I dig that. That's really cool. The rest of the box is kind of meh. It's corrugated cardboard made on the cheap. I could see where there still was money being saved. And at the end of the day, Star Saber was a big profit for them. Let's put it this way. And I still stand by it should have been a retail product. It's a 10 out of 10 amazing product. I think it's an amazing Transformer. But that's putting price aside. But aside from that, I still feel that it should have been. I mean, especially when you mess with it and you put certain characters next to it that are leader class toys. I probably should have posted the image here too for you guys, but like I put Star Saber next to Overlord, excuse me, and Overlord also is like a headmaster kind of thing. In this case, it's a brainmaster, but a similar kind of gimmick. And Overlord's the same size as Star Saber. I put the Siege Voyagers next to not the Siege Voyagers, the Titan Return Voyagers, next to Victory Leo, same height, same plastic rollout. Yes, that's the John Warden era. Maybe it's plastic prices are different today. I get that, but this was being planned and designed, I would have to say, as early as 2020, before we really knew that the world was going to be crazy, before we really knew when inflation was going to be a thing. So we can't really blame it too much on that, but I don't know. I still like it. I still like it, but at the end of the day, I feel it could have been cheaper. It could have been. And look, you're allowed to like a product but still criticize its pricing. You're still allowed to do that. And especially when we're in a world where we're going into probably another recession for large portions of the population. A lot of people probably still haven't recovered financially, combined with the fact it's the holiday season and some people make bad financial decisions during the holiday season, or they do traveling during the holiday seasons, and that bites into their income. For all of those things to kind of coexist, it would be easier for people if it was not that conflated price that it is, unfortunately. And I still stand by that. I still stand by that. Was that the sample they sent you, or was it bought? I didn't buy it. What happened was is I talked with the marketer, and me and Ben have a very good relationship, and we talk a lot, despite the fact that I bust Ben's balls sometimes. And I was sent a sample. And the thing is, you have to understand something. When I criticize Hasbro, the designers, the creators, the engineers, they know it's not personally at them. There's levels in corporate America, and the guys in the ivory towers at the above, they're the ones that make those final decisions. Aaron Archer, who's in the chat today, wasn't the one who decided that your hotshot figure was going to be $14.99 back in, excuse me, it probably was $9.99 back in 2001. But he didn't make that decision. He designed the toy, put the toy together and everything like that. And when I criticize the price of a toy, that's not attacking the guy who created it. And the people that I have a great relationship with, the marketers and all of that, those guys have no decision in how that stuff costs, how that stuff is. Did Prime versus Prime get one for free? No, he did not. He's a thief and he doesn't get anything for free. And if he told you that the sky was blue, I suggest you look up to double check. So he nothing he says is true. The only other person that I know of that 100% I could confirm from Ben's lips that got a free sample was Thu. Thu did get a free one also. He did get one sent for free. So that's the only other individual that I could confirm 100% that I know within my circle that got one. Maybe other people did get it, but I do not know. I do not know. The easiest way to tell if you have a sample is the shipping box itself. It has a code number on it and a barcode under it, and it was literally written by hand by the marketer, sample. And it's done with a black marker, and it has a very specific kind of handwriting to it. So you could see every single person that got a sample, you'll see it has that same handwriting of how it was written, sample, written on it. That's the easiest way to tell. And I think it's also a way to show, like even my box, I don't have it here. Damn, I probably should have brought it down. Like, but it's the inlay box. It's like a box in a box. Like it's with the SOHC, the shipped in something. It's a Amazon term, but it's the box in a box. I cannot confirm if Optobotomus got a sample. I did not talk to Paul about it, so I don't know. I don't know if Paul did a review. He's not really part of my circle of people that I talk to, but um, so just keep that in mind. All Paul would have to do is just show you the box. If he shows you the shipping box itself, if it says sample, I think I posted it on my Instagram, actually. You can see what it looks like. So that's all it is to it. So, anyways, but so that's just my take on it. Like again, I think it's cool. I love Star Saber. Anyone who saw I posted like every like Star Saber that I own practically. I think I forgot one or two. Forgot to put the Kabaya kit one. I probably should have put the Kabaya kit too. I had the Kabaya kit combiner too, which was badly stickered up. Um, I don't have like the junior one. I don't have the prototype robot heroes. I had some weirdo that's like, you don't have the black repaint. I'm like, okay, I'll send you my PO box. You could send it to me if you want. We'll take the photo. I don't care. I just wanted to show all the different Star Sabers throughout the years and stuff. So, Prince of Phalanx 59 going over my Star Saber now. Not far. So far, not too bad. Only some paint flaws. Victory Leo's crotch does not clip fully together. They snap. They slightly snap gap. We'll have to go through all the transformation tomorrow. The only QC issue I have. Man, I wish I had my Perceptor nearby. Um, my Studio Series Perceptor has the same problem where I don't know if you guys ever had it. Like sometimes there's like a mold flash, like where this connects with the pin. There's like a mold flash issue, and so sometimes his leg, it kind of like wiggles. I don't know, it's hard to describe it, but there's like mold flash in between the joint and it doesn't stay properly. I've had that with my Perceptor. I think I have it a little bit with my Victory Leo in robot mode, but considering it's going to be stuck in Victory Saber mode probably permanently, it's not going to be a big problem. Alejandro, nice to see your name again, Alejandro. Alejandro with the $5 super chat. Hey, Proto, been a while. Prime versus Prime is a thief, but you didn't get Haslab. But you didn't get Haslab Victor Saber because I got him, and I'm excited. But I agree about those prices. But you didn't get Haslab. But I did get him though. I did get him, but I didn't pay for him. It's just when that went live, and I don't know their reasoning for it. Um, but sending me one, I guess, was just someone who could be honest about it. I don't, again, I'm not in their heads, especially the marketing guys. I've never talked to Delaney. I've never talked to, what's the other one that we sent the Symbiote Studio shirts to? Oh my God, I forget her name. Joseph, are you in the chat? We talk with different people at marketing and stuff, and we have a great relationship with them, and they're amazing people, the designers, the marketers. But when you go up that food chain to the guys who are just counting, the money, they're the ones that make the final decision that affects the fan at the end of the day. You got to sell it in, to quote Mr. Archer. You got to sell it in sometimes. Where are we at? Link CW. I strongly believe if Hasbro wanted to make money sitting on the table, they should have re-released some previous HasLab figures as a second chance for people that missed the funding, the molds. No, the thing is, in my opinion, I feel that releasing it again as a HasLab item will not yield the same results because what if they have to then imagine you re-release Unicron again, and then they say we have to hit again 8,000 units to make it happen. I don't think they're going to get that 8,000 units because they already got the 8,000 from all the other people. Unless it's going to be people who are buying the scalp it, you know? And that was another thing too. I want to mention that also. Every single person I know who bought this bought two of them or more. And I think that was a big issue too, was a lot of people bought it thinking there was going to be free money. I buy one, I mean, because they saw what happened with Unicron. Unicron came out, and whoever bought two of them made money. Whoever bought one and sold it right away made money. That thing was, what was it, like 599? They were getting 1,000, 1,200, 1,500. It peaked at $1,900. It was free money, free money. And so a lot of people thought that maybe Star Saber would be free money too, but Star Saber wasn't the same. Number one, he wasn't the same price as Unicron. Number two, he wasn't, a surprise. Hey, like here's a Unicron after TFCon where everyone spent all their money. So it was a different scenario, and I call it the Baby syndrome, which is when Beanie Babies became this big thing and people were making a lot of money with it. Everyone speculated on it, but at that point, all the money was already made in Beanie Babies, and it was kind of the same thing. By the time people realized that Unicron was a sure bet for profit, and they thought they could then transfer that into Star Saber, that's not the case. I'm seeing a lot of people selling Victory Saber on eBay, and they're asking, look, Tyrone says here selling for 500. They're not selling for 500. People are asking 500. Go on eBay, do sold listings. That's what you need to do. And the average I'm seeing right now is between 300 and 350. That's like the average that Star Saber is selling for on eBay. But here's the problem. 179.99. Now, depending on your state, everyone has different taxes, but let's say just for fun, with tax and everything, it comes to an even 200. Just for fun, because every state is different, every country is different, every province is different. So here's what happens. You have this situation where your cost basis is $200. You then put it on eBay and you want to make 350, right? Right away, eBay takes 20% in fees. 20% is gone right away. You lose 40 bucks right there. So at the end of the day, if you somehow get that 350, your cost basis is 240. You make 350. You made 100 bucks pretty much when it's all said and done. And this is assuming you don't screw up with the shipping too. That's a whole other story. If you offer free shipping, so that's cutting into your profits. If you charge them for shipping and you screw up the shipping cost and you end up eating that, or if you work out perfectly and somehow you don't screw up the shipping, we end up in a scenario. One sec. Just grab something. This thing keeps falling. We end up in a scenario where this guy, I'm going to use the little one as an example so I don't have to pick up the big one. This guy makes you 100 bucks when it's all said and done. So all that time, all that energy, waiting a year, going to the post office, everything, you made 100 bucks. I don't know. If you work a minimum wage job for one day straight, you make 100 bucks. I hope. So to me, it's the old, what is the old saying? The orange is not worth the squeeze. I always feel that if you buy something, if you don't double the money, then it's not worth it. If you buy a BotCon box set for 300 bucks and you don't make 600, it's not worth the headache to lug around that big box set and ship it and everything. And there's been a lot of cases of that. Quick Andy wants to know with the super chat. Not sure if asked already, but is that new Air Razor the non-Studio Series 1 a retool remold of the old figure? No, it isn't. It just looks similar. For one, the scaling is different, the mold is different. It just looks similar. It's just sometimes stuff has a similar beat, but it's not a remold. It's a brand new sculpt It's kind of like Energon, Starscream, and Smokescreen from Generation 2 from the ATB jet. Kind of a similar kind of situation like that. But thank you for the super chat, Quick Andy. And then we got Matthew wants to know, hey Proto, did you back the new Cybertronian Spree album on Kickstarter? I didn't, but I probably should. I'm very close friends with two members of that group. They're Toronto locals, Cybertronian Spree. If you actually, I don't know if you, F it, he knows all. People know her. So the drummer for Cybertronian Spree, Sean, I don't know if he makes his. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he makes it publicly known. Yeah, I think he does. If you look, there's an interview that me and Sean did together back in 2010. This is years before Cybertronian Spree. We did an interview together on G4 TV when he was Sean, aka Mega Sean. And then he became Rumble, the drummer on Cybertronian Spree. They're a bunch of cool dudes. They've done live concerts at TFCon in the past. Really cool guys. If you watch, I was on Storage Wars, and the guy who plays Rodimus, and I'm not going to say his real name because I don't know if he wants that to be publicly known, but the guy who plays Rodimus, he was in my episode of Storage Wars back in the day. So they're a great, cool dudes. A lot of their original music is really good too. Cybertronian Warrior was a fantastic song. A lot of good stuff. They're very talented people, and I'm glad all the success that they have traveling and everything. One day come to Montreal. One day come to Montreal. Link CW wants to know, so to make sure you get what I mean, Hasbro Pulse offers Unicron for 800, no fundraiser. Now they won't do that because number one, it's gonna hurt the credibility. You put out a Kickstarter, you go, hey, we need this much, we need that, da da da, to make it happen and everything, and it'll never be done again because that was their exact words. That was John Warden's exact words when they were shopping this around, and they'd lose credibility. They'd lose credibility. So it's something where, to me, Transformers has shown already, like, here's the thing. Transformers has already shown that it has retail products at $199.99. That's what our Titan class is. Like, it's one thing if you have stuff like the sail barge that they did, or Aaron mentioned here the His tank. There is no His tank equivalency price point for GI Joe right now. It's not 1980s where we have the USS Flag and the Rolling Thunder and the Mobile Assault Command Unit and the Defiant. Oh my goodness, the Defiant. You know, that doesn't exist anymore for the GI Joe brand. So to get these big vehicles and stuff for the 6-inch, they have to go Haslab. I understand that. To do Unicron, something the size of a washing machine. The box is the size of a washing machine. That doesn't exist in retail, so that makes sense to me. But when you have products that feel like they should belong in retail, because there's stuff that is in retail that's more expensive and bigger, like the Titan classes, I feel that fans get to miss out. The one thing I hate is I hate it when there's people who got Victory Saber, and because they're invested in it, they don't want to feel like they overpaid. And they have it's called inbred investment, which is they don't want to be rational with themselves because they're invested in it. And hey, if you want to think like that, that's fine, bro. But you're not going to get far in life when it comes to money when you don't think outside the box like that. You got to really like go, you know what? Yeah, I overpaid, but it's cool. But for people to go, no, it's totally worth it. Look at this. Oh my God, I'd spend double that. All right. Well, I got a bridge I got to sell you. Let me tell you. Um, look, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. And it's the same thing like, going into now Deathsaurus. Um, that's a commander class product. I'd even argue, something even between commander class and Titan, which doesn't exist, but it's not 179.99. And look, it's your money. It's your money. That's all I'm going to say. It's your money. Edgar wants to know with the $5 super chat. Last week we got Amy Jo Johnson signed today. I got Jason David Frax signed from a store and decided not to raise the price. I was so happy. Can you play the Family Convoy clip? It's not on this laptop, brother. I use a specific setup for the Family Convoy clip. So it's on if you actually go on the Transformer Slag podcast YouTube channel on YouTube. I have the clip on there. I posted the commercial individually. Just type like TFCon Transformer Slag podcast. It'll be somewhere in the search because it was a TFCon exclusive. Princess Phalanx 59 says, if I miss any green chats, just repost them again, guys. I apologize for that because a lot of times the super chats, they kind of get priority. They post above everything. Prince of Phalanx 59 says, I have the MMC, the Mastermind Creation Deathsaurus G1 style. It's perfect height, 10 inches to match with my Hasbro Star Saber. It was $179.99 on BBTS. I'm still going in on the Haslab Deathsaurus. Hey, it's your money, man. It's your money. That's what I always say. It's your money. You don't have to listen to what I say. You're entitled to whatever you wish. And that is that. I actually have to do some sponsorship and I have to do some opening, and we have a giveaway today too. I totally forgot that we're doing a giveaway also. I apologize for that. Just we got wrapped up in the Haslab talk. But look, I still think it's a fantastic product. That's the thing. At the end of the day, we put money aside. I think it's amazing, you know? But I think that it should have been 150. And you might be like, "Oh, Proto Man, you're splitting hairs." Maybe some that I'm missing. But at the end of the day, it's a 150 product, 140. You know, I feel that, you know, look, 15,000 units were moved minimum. That extra $50 that they got, it went to the bank. Let's put it that way. I'm going to take this gold super chat from Spectrum Reviews, and then we'll do some sponsorship, open up some P.O. Box, do a giveaway, and then we'll get back to the super chats. Is that good, guys? We'll do that. And we got the gold super chat from Spectrum. Ba weep grana weep nini bong, Proto Man. I have watched you for a couple years on and off, but now since there's so much good stuff coming on, I can't stop watching you. Keep doing your things. Well, thank you, Spectrum. Thank you so much for watching all these years. Thank you, thank you. If you're watching off, what are you watching instead? I'm curious. Hopefully not other Transformer content creators. You better be going to another hobby and getting your fix. No, I'm just playing. Enjoy what those guys do too. Okay, so we're gonna do a giveaway. We'll do a giveaway. We'll do this. We'll do the giveaway. Then we'll do the sponsorship. Then we'll open up some stuff, and then we'll announce the winner of the giveaway. So the giveaway we got today. How many people we got here? We got 177 people. So again, how the giveaway works: you have to be a Patreon member, or you have to be a YouTube member, which are the green names in the chat that you are seeing here today. If you are a Patreon member, just say your Patreon name and the answer to the question I'm going to ask. If you are a YouTube member, you just have to say the answer to that question. I don't even care if you're right. I just do it just to give my editor, John, not my editor, my moderator, John, just something to do. So, Johnny, keep track of it. So, what we're giving away today is we are giving away today a Legacy Skids brought to you by Bin Studios. So, you're going to be getting a brand new mint in box deluxe class Skids. And then you could enjoy him in that one episode that he actually did something in. Triple Takeover, I think it was called. What was that episode called? Keep forgetting. You could literally sum up every skid scene and every line that's ever existed for Skids in 1 minute. It's kind of sad, but he had a bigger role in comic book world, be it the Marvel books or the IDW books. So it all works out. It all works out. So again, what are we gonna do today? Pretty simple. We're gonna ask a question, you answer it, and either a YouTube member in green or a Patreon member will win it today. So the question is, and it's a pretty easy one, how much did Haslab Star Saber cost? That's it. And as you do that, I'm gonna go get the presents and open and get these ready. There we go. How much did it cost? Get some water too. I'm thirsty like a mofo. MSG. It'll make you a little salty in more ways than one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I like Mikey's answer. Way too much. How many did you guys buy? That's the better question. That is the better question. So who is here today? I saw Larry came in too. I think I saw Goober also. I apologize if I miss some people. The chat comes flowing by. Bumblebot is here. Giant Bleed is here. Roman is here. A lot of good peeps here today. I also want to remind people last week Timmy K. Poindexter to the third. I don't know if you're here. You did not contact me for your address to send you Cheetor. So I'm giving you one more week to contact me. You could contact me through Instagram or Twitter to send me your address so I could send you your free Cheetor. Otherwise, next week, someone's getting a Cheetor on top of another giveaway. So the countdown begins now, my friend. I'm just giving you another week. I want to send it to you. I want to send you free stuff. But if you don't want it, I know there's probably someone here that would like one. That's faux show. That's faux show. I'm gonna give it another 15-second, guys, and then John's gonna take care of those. Gives me time to suck down the water. The water. Alrighty. So let's do some sponsorship, and then we're going to open up some stuff, what we got in the mail this week and everything. So, again, Symbiote Studios, rocking some Catnip Bravo today. Symbiote Studios, the plush, the pins, and the t-shirts for our Transformers. Catnip Convoy. Again, symbiotestudios.com, they have all our plush pins and t-shirts for Transformers, as well as their new collection of finally back in stock Optimus Prime, Grimlock, Bumblebee, and Soundwave. Stay tuned, guys, because the next stuff is coming. That's going to be coming very soon, and I'm actually very excited about the next one coming. Might be a bit of a spoiler of who it might be, but the 2023 collection is on its way. We will be debuting it here on the podcast. The first place you're going to be seeing it is right here. So it's going to be some good stuff. Michael Koo's wearing his Grimlock pin. Aw, shit. Where is it? Oh, let's go back one more. There it is, the Grimlock head. Very good, Michael. Very good. So there it is, all the Symbiote Studios plushes. More to come. More to come. Let's just say it is going to be a fantastic year in 2023 for Symbiote Studios and Transformers. A lot of cool stuff is going to be coming from them, as well as all the other stuff. Now that Transformers has a Magic the Gathering spin on it, you can get your Magic the Gathering mana symbols. Get those. I know I'm going to be having my Bumblebee Commander deck. Blue-white, gotta represent. It's going to be some good stuff. I think I'm going to use the Shattered Glass one as my commander, even though it has the same thing. You got the Power Ranger stuff. You can rock your Jason David Frank out now with the pins and the plush and everything. My Little Pony, if you're into that. Why not? Why not? Are bronies still a thing? I don't think so. They were once. And of course, G.I. Joe, Cobra Commander, Timber, and you know that ninja guy. I think some people like him. I think some people do. Ninja Dude. I don't know what his name is. I think it's a snake with an eye. But yeah, it's all about Timber. Got to get the wolf. So check those out too. And of course, And Seats. They make the Transformer Slag podcast comfortable for us. And Seats with their 2022 collection. They are going to be having new seats next year. New designs, new this, new that, Transformer related for your gaming experiences. Especially if you're a tall guy like me, who any seat that you buy at Walmart or Costco is like this tall. Very comfortable for me. Thank you, And Seats, for everything and their awesome stuff. We have a promo code. Go on there. You get 15% off your first order with And Seats. Use promo code ProtoMan. And check them out, andseats.com. Your Transformer seat specialist. I just made that up right now. And of course, the Toy Armada with Aaron Archer. We just recorded. Anyone who saw Aaron's live stream yesterday, if you didn't check it out, go check that out. The Toy Armada and Aaron Archer. Aaron did a nice live stream yesterday. Had a little bit more cat commentary on that one. We just recorded a brand new segment. And it's a really good one. A really, really good one. A lot of stuff that isn't out there in the internet sphere. A much wanted discussion of a much needed Transformer topic. I don't want to say what it is. I am not going to be teasing. Aaron just switched switched accounts for some reason to talk in the chat. Hey everyone that follows. Sorry, I was delayed last night on my live hang. Yeah, see again, I didn't get to catch it, Aaron. I caught it afterwards. It was so late. But yeah, Aaron does a live stream every Friday, so be sure to check that out. Be sure to check that out. Again, we have our Armada segment that came out a couple weeks ago. Be sure to check that one out. And hopefully, if I play my cards right and I time everything perfectly, I could get this new segment out hopefully before the end of next week. And you guys will have a new long form, extremely visual, awesome Toy Armada and Aaron Archer segment. So check it out. The Toy Armada and Aaron Archer, separate channel from this beautiful one here, but you get to still hear my voice and see the pretty face of Aaron Archer every Friday. It works out. Isn't it great? Isn't it great? You get to talk about Shogun Warriors, Batman, and of course, some Japanese robots with the man himself, Aaron Archer. And if you want more stuff from Aaron Archer, because you don't want to deal with me instead, you want his drawings, not my chicken scratch. Aaron Archer, The Art of Transforming Robots, Volume 1, Black and White Edition. It's on his website, archermonster.com/shop, or you just go to archermonster.com to begin with. Check out his art, check out and see what he does, what you like, see how much of your childhood was completely built from the foundation and the ground up from this man. If you were a 90s kid, pretty much everything that you had in your toy box probably came from this guy. So go to archermonster.com/shop and get volume 1 of his art book, The Art of Transforming Robots, for 20 bones. And for an extra $15, if you wish, he'll sketch whatever you want on the inside of it. Get a personal drawing of Tidal Wave, get a personal drawing of Proto Man's ugly face, whatever you want. Don't ask for my face. Aaron should not have to go through that, let alone get paid $15 to do that. He's going to probably charge you 40, but $15 for anything else. So check that out, yo. Oh, there's Goober. I thought I saw you here, Goober. Anyways, check that out, yo. Aaron Archer's book, all of that awesome stuff. Joseph Ritter. There's Joseph. Symbiote Studios 2023. All ape, all the time. Monk. Do I have any? I don't have any Beast Wars stuff nearby. The closest I have is my little Megatron. So yeah, so let's open up some gifts in the mail. We got some gifts. Again, small, medium, large. These come courtesy of Mikey and Louie. They sent me some gifts every week leading up until Christmas. I have gifts in the mail that I'm going to be opening up. I do not know what they are. I promise you that 100%. Mikey and Louie have been trolling me terribly this week, these past couple of weeks. Last week, if anyone tuned in, where's that box? I have the Super Shredder box upstairs. They trolled me with a Goku one. At least the Piccolo one. At least the Piccolo one. Come on. So we got small, medium, large. Which should I open up first? The Spider-Man large, the Spider-Man medium, or the Super Mario wrapping small? Everyone's saying small. You trying to say something about me? I was in the pool. I was in the pool. I'm circumcised. I was in the pool. All right. Too much information. We're professional here. So what do we got? What is this? Oh, snap. Is that a G2 GoBot? Oh, look at that. 1995 carded G2 GoBot Bumblebee. Look at that. Oh, snap. Oh, wow. I probably should have not handled this box. So I probably damaged it a little bit. Oh, my goodness. Oh, snap. That's staying carded. That's going on the wall. That is going on the wall. You can't take that out of the packaging. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, snap. Bam. Swish. Jordan. Not Kobe. Jordan. Very nice. Thank you, Mikey and Louie. That's nice. This is like the first time Bumblebee actually was an awesome sports car. Wasn't the Bay movies. That is awesome. Function, espionage. Gold. So medium or large? Medium or largo? What do we do? What do we do? Gold. We got a super chat from Spunktrum Man again. Spunktrum Man. How do I pronounce that? Spunktrum Man. It's like Proto Man, Spunktrum Man. Hey Proto Man, if you're connected with Hasbro as you say, can you tell BMAC to get 1 sec. Everything's moving up. There we go. To get BMAC started on Armada Wheeljack based on Siege Sideswipe mold. Well, BMAC isn't actually in charge of deciding design. BMAC is the marketer. If you would want to talk to someone at Hasbro for designs and stuff, you would want to talk to Mark or Evan. Mark would probably be better for the legacy side of things. Mark is better for that. Evan is more studio series. Sam is more studio series with a little mix of buzzworthy Bumblebee color layouts. Who am I forgetting? I hope I'm not forgetting nobody. Everyone's saying medium. So we're going to open up medium next. So, I mean, you know what? I would try to contact contact Mark. I mean, I talked to Mark, but I'm not going to bug him. I've already bugged Mark with one of my ideas. I'm not going to bug Mark with another idea. I don't want to say what it is until it happens, but it'll have my birthday on it. That's all I'm going to say. So let's open up this bad boy. What do we got? Oh, that was a terrible rip. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Oh, what do we got? What is this? Oh, snap. Of course. Of course. Speaking of a Sam Smith design, This was a Sam Smith and Evan creation with, I believe, Yuki-san. Correct me if I'm wrong, Yuki-san. Um, that's an awesome one. That's gonna be a photo shoot this weekend. Oh, nice. I do not have this yet. These did not even show up in Quebec yet. We are so bogged behind on Studio Series stuff. Thank you again, Mike and Louie, for the hot rod love. That's a little suggestive. The hot rod love. Giggity. British hot rod. He's not British, technically. It's technically a French hot rod. No relation. And the last one. Whoa. That's a Hasbro Pulse box. And it's Galvatron. That's the sealed, which is good because that means it's not Funkos in there. That's the Galvatron that's toy colors, or the Galvatron that was reformatting. Which one is that? WFC GS27. Which one is that one? Okay, it's Galvatron 2. So it is the toy color one. That's awesome. That one I do not have either. Very cool. Very, very cool. Thank you for it not being a Funko Pop. I was worried about that. I looked at the size of that box. I was like, I don't know. Toy colors. Excellent. Excelente. That's awesome. Thank you, Mikey and Louie. We're going to do more openings next week and everything. The other thing I got in the mail, just to show quickly, it's something that I worked on. I worked at Renegade Games as the creative consultant and the brand consultant for the Transformer card games. You can't see them. I have all of them over there. So this is the latest one by Renegade Games Studios. And this is the Dawn of the Dinobots expansion set. I got to work with the awesome art of Matt Frank. Josh Perez did the coloring for some of these. Joanna did some of the coloring for some of these. Who am I forgetting? Dan Kahana did some of the art. I apologize if I'm forgetting names. I should probably just open up the. It's very. I don't want to say it's very tight, but it's very tight. Oh, very tight. Someone's gonna clip this and put it online. I'm just gonna read the credits because I don't want to leave out any names. I don't want to leave out any names. We worked together on this very amazing project. Who was the one who did the inking? Oh, Lori. Lori Foster did the inking, fellow Montrealer. Josh Perez, Joanna, I mentioned. And Dan Blanchette, the game designer. Of course, how could I forget Dan? But yeah, awesome deck building card game. Really cool. It's up for pre-order right now. If you pre-order right now, actually, I should probably show you the pre-order bonus. So if you pre-order right now, you get some exclusive stuff. Let me show you the pre-order bonus. I don't think this is public yet, so I might as well show it. You get to see this first, people. So the pre-order bonus is, so you have, it's Dawn of the Dinobots. Your pre-order bonus is a G2 Slag. Actually, it's not Slag. I think it's, you get a G2 Snarl. But again, trademarks, that's a whole other story. G2 Snarl in green. Check it out. Dawn of the Dinobots. Everything's rocking. So check that out, guys. If you're interested, go to Renegade Games, their website. If you're looking for a link to get to it, I believe I posted it on my Twitter and my Instagram, and pre-order that one. Get a nice little snarl. I wanted to do a G2 Slag, but I don't know. Again, trademark issues and words. So we got a red super chat. An awesome red super chat from Princeton Phalanx 59 for $50. Here's some early Christmas cash. Have a Merry Christmas. Well, my friend, that money is going towards presents anyways. So you just bought a bunch of presents for people. So thank you, Princeton Phalanx 59. Thank you very much. That is very nice of you, my friend. That is very awesome. You're very cool. You've always been very supportive, and I always respect that from my listeners. You're an awesome dude. And for that, I will show you a red transformer because it's a pinkish red transformer. So here is the little Micromaster that came with Star Saber. Honestly, I was probably more excited just to get more Micromasters. Like Holly's been chilling on my desk this whole time. Like Star Saber, I already kind of like put him away and everything, but Holly's been on my desk this whole time with Fire. Or wait, no, it was called Fire and Peepo. Peepo was the ambulance. Damn pink. Yeah, it's damn pink. Where's Stinkfist 69? One in the stink and one in the pink. Ha ha! It's late at night. We're allowed to be a little saucy. But thank you for the $50. And I promise you that money's going towards some presents. I got to do more present shopping. Today, today, I went out and I was just doing food shopping and stuff, but I was looking at present stuff. But right now it's a nightmare at the mall. It's absolutely crazy. So looking at little things here and there for people. Good stuff though. Thank you again, Princeton. That's awesome. Always love that. Love it, love it, love it. Love it. Aaron Archer, damn pink. Damn pink. I have to give away something. Michael Koo, I'll do your super chat in a second. I just want to do the giveaway. Johnny boy, do we have the giveaway names? Yes, we do. Okay. So let's do the giveaway. I don't want to keep people waiting. And then they could all leave because they're not here to see me. They're just here for the free Transformers, right? Right. So the giveaway, courtesy of Bin Studios, the talented people at Bin, providing this product for you guys today. Your brand new Legacy Deluxe Class Skids. And the winner is... Hold on, I'm waiting for John to send me the thing. And the winner is, it is a YouTube member, Elves Bleed. There we go. Not Elves, Giant Bleed. Jeez. Giant Bleed. Giant Bleed, are you here, Giant Bleed? Otherwise, we got to give it to someone else. We have a second name here. Giant Bleed. Say you're here. Say yo. Did I say Elves Bleed? Yeah, I think we're... Giggity. Proto, do you have any kids? Not yet. That's coming. Trust me. I'm going to love having kids. Because they'll have to deal with this craziness. I'm the troublemaker, not the children. That's coming, though. Don't worry. Giant, where are you at, man? Otherwise, I'm going to have to give it away to someone else. There he is. There we go. There we go. So, Giant, please contact me through Instagram and or Twitter. Send me your address. Just need to confirm that it is you, of course. Send me a screenshot of your YouTube account or whatever. And we'll have that shipped right to you, brother. Brand new toy. Early Christmas present. Courtesy of Bin Studios and this ugly guy. So, giggity giggity. Congrats. Is there anything else to take care of in the meantime? I'm just trying to remember. I hope I didn't forget anything. Because I did pick up something, but I think I'm going to talk about it next week. Okay. I think we're good. We got another like half hour or so left, so we'll just ride it out for the rest of the evening. Proto is the kid. You know what? Let me tell you something. My father was a big kid. Okay? My father's a big kid. If you like again, go watch the video. It's called Proto Man Father's Day Special. I think it's called on YouTube. It's on my other channel, the Proto Retro channel. You get to meet my dad, and you're gonna get to understand where all of this craziness comes from. My father, I grew up with a toy collector. Okay, I grew up with a very immature, also man. He's a great dad, but I'm just saying, like, you'll see where it comes from. You'll see where it comes from. Are we getting a laggy video? Are we lagged? Or is it just me? I don't know. I don't know. Mm-mm-mm. So let's take some questions. I got some water on me. Let's take some YouTube member questions. If there is any. Making kids is fun. This is the fun part. I would imagine so. I would imagine so. It must be very fun. I imagine so. You'll have to give me some tips. Or just use the tip. Giggity. Princeton Foundlings 59, the best part of having kids is making them. There. Jeez, everyone's giving me some good advice. What do you need to do to be able to enter work at Hasbro? Well, first of all, it depends on what you want to do. That's a very vague statement. I mean, you could apply to be a janitor there and you'll be technically working at Hasbro, you know? It first depends on what you want to do. Are you want to do marketing? You want to do design? You want to do engine? You know, there's so many different levels there. You want to be one of the bookkeeping people? It first is a matter of what job you want. And second of all, then you listen to the Toy Armado at Aaron Archer, where he talks about how he got in there and how he got into that biz and what he was doing and how all those things were different. So keep that in mind first. What is it you want to do? It's not as simple as just, I want to make Transformers. And even if you do get in, that doesn't guarantee that they're going to put you on the Transformer brand. You know, you might be stuck doing My Little Pony for 2 years, or the Play-Doh brand, or Indiana Jones, or Batman. Well, they don't have Batman, but you know what I mean. So Aaron would be the best person to talk to about that, but you also got to specify what is it you want to do. And if you just want to just work at Hasbro, well, I'm pretty sure there's a janitorial job that opens up at some point. Then that's probably the easiest way in. Um, let's see, where are we at here? Link CW, all my kids get Transformers too, and my grandkids. Whoa, well then, your family has been very busy. Many generations of robots in disguise. Mike Rosen, what's for dinner? I just had egg rolls before. I'm going to have more egg rolls later. Very Asian diet. Okonomiyaki tomorrow, 100%. I'm going to be definitely having that, but egg rolls tonight, probably with seaweed. I get like the roasted seaweed pages, I guess the slices of it. Roll it with the egg rolls. Get a nice iodine boost because iodine is good for you within good limits. Delicious. Um, where are we at? Where are we at? I want to be able to be in charge of designing Beast Machines Legacy figures. Well, by the time you get in, I don't think Legacy will be around anymore. But that means you got to be good at drawing and design. Again, there's a very talented individual in the chat here. Actually, there's technically 2 people in the chat today that worked for toy companies. Aaron Archer, obviously, all the Hasbro stuff, but even Goober, Paul Gubernichuk, if you see that name over there in the chat, worked for Mega Bloks. And he did a bunch of designs and stuff for some robot related stuff. I actually have all of Paul's stuff in the other room. When he worked on the what was it called, Paul? The plasma robots? What were they called? But yeah, you know, good stuff. So there's 2 people in the chat that you could talk to for that. Give them a contact. You could learn the biz. Where are we at? Where are we at with the questions? I asked my kids when I die, what are they going to do with my collection? They say they will keep them and not sell, not sell them. I honestly, and I've had Plasma Tech. Thank you. There you go. Plasma. I'd love to get one and show them what you did. I'd have to dig it up. It's in the other room. It's in a box with all like I have them all carded, and then I have 2 of them opened. 2 of them opened. Really cool. And Goober did it in very Beast War. Like one of them had a very Beast Wars kind of style. Some of them had like 2007 movie style. Some of them had very Transformer G1 style. I really like the art that you did on them. They're really cool. Little Plasma Tech, Mega Block stuff. We have a few famous toy creators in the chat today. I think Josh Perez is here too from the IDW. I think I saw his name also pop up at one point. If he's not just listening in the background, scribbling. But yeah, oh, Michael Koo's super chat. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you. Everything gets pushed up. There's Michael Koo's super chat. Evan in the Haslab video stated that there's now a dedicated Haslab team. Will future Haslab cost more to pay for this team's salary? I hope not. I hope not. that is definitely a bookkeeping question because considering how stocks are doing kind of funky right now, and they just recently did a fireside investment chat with the Wizards of the Coast brand, which I did not watch that one, so I don't know how that one went. I'm gonna try to catch it later this week. I usually try to like long form stuff. I try to catch it at work, so I'm gonna listen to that investor call with the fireside for Wizards of the Coast, which is again that Wizard of the Coast stuff affects Hasbro, so I'm gonna listen to that stuff too and get my 2 cents on it later this week. Um, but I mean, it's yes. I don't know. I can't answer that. But definitely, if you have a separate group of people doing stuff, hopefully the budget has been allocated aside to make sense for all of that. I hope. I hope. That's my big concern. Um, I really hope not, because I want the next Haslab to be something awesome, but not also be, $20 more because we got to pay for some guys. Uh, Sarah says, "Do you think they're going to make a new version of a Tanuki Transformer?" Oh, you're talking about Heinlad? Or do I need to buy the original Heinlad? Buy the original one because I don't think they're ever going to make a Transformer again with a functioning clock in it that has two giant testicles. That's the original. I actually did a review of Heinrad many years ago, and it's still on YouTube. Type Proto Retro Heinrad or something like that. Beast Wars Neo Heinrad Proto Retro. One word. I did an old review. It's so old that the video quality is like pre HD. It's like 2008, 2009, I think. So we will see what happens with that. We will see what happens, but I don't think we'll get one that's in the Heinrad nature. What did Aaron say here? Be a designer and be ready to design cool stuff. If you are going for TF specifically, you're playing the lottery. It's a million to one, so be creative with whatever stuff you do. Again, what Aaron said is true. It's because when you go in there, they're not going to put you on anything that you want. It's more just, do they feel that you're a perfect fit for this? So it's to be able to do anything creative with Transformers is a blessing. It's something where I never imagined I would get those opportunities myself to do something creatively on a writing style, writing bios, doing copy. Copy is what's written on the back of the packaging. I wish I had an example here. What a terrible example because all it says is that there, but like a tech spec or whatever. Like I was lucky to do that, but that's just pure luck. It has nothing to do that I was some great writer. Trust me, I'm far from a great writer in my opinion. Just luck, really, in my opinion. But uh, so it's just it's something where you got to try, and you got to try, and you're rolling the dice. Is that the raccoon? The thing is legend. Oh, oh no, I can't get it. It's all the way over there. Because I was thinking in my brain, because when I did the review many years ago, I did it like around here, but it's like my brain's like, oh yeah, it's just right there. I'll go grab it. No, I love that thing. It's very large too, actually. Giggity. Um, in robot mode, it's like almost like larger than a leader class, and it has a working analog clock in it. Very fascinating toy. Such a product of its time, something so Japanese. And then years later, it would make a cameo in Car Robots, Robots in the Skies, episode one. Yuki-kun, what was he called in English? Koji? I think it was Koji was his American name. Yuki-kun was like, oh, he hits his alarm clock, and it was Heinrad. So he appeared in two shows. He appeared in Beast Wars Neo and in Car Robots. Not many cross-dimensional Transformers in that era, but he did it. Mm-mm. Let's get let's continue the conversation and bring the big boy back up here. Ugh. Bring the big boy back up here. Again, he's great. He's great. Maybe I got lucky with the QC. I don't know. Maybe because it was a sample. Maybe that's why. Maybe samples were done on a different production. Maybe that's what has to do with it. I don't know. Because I don't have any problems. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I don't know. I can't figure it out. Link CW, so thank you for having me enjoy being able to watch the stream. Uninterrupted was off work today and not just here for the giveaway. Appreciate everything you do. Thank you. Well, thank you, CW. Thank you for the kind words. I try to keep people entertained, educated, and informed. That's always been my goal with this podcast because I hate to say it, but ignorance is prevalent in this hobby. There's a lot of wrong information. And on top of it being, you know, incorrect information, it's also sometimes not very educational. And sometimes it's definitely not entertaining. So I want to just give those three as much as I can. As much as I can. Michael Koo says, "Will Wizard of the Coast do a second TF secret layer in 2023?" I'm in talks right now with Blake of marketing from Wizards of the Coast. I'm going to say this transparently. They're going to be sending me those secret layers for free. If they are going to do stuff in the future, I don't know, but I will talk to Blake if he wants to talk about that in the future, and we'll definitely bring it up on the podcast. But I will be transparent and say that they are sending it to me for free. But I'm going to look, I'll prove it to you right now. This isn't because they're sending it to me and I'm talking about it because look, I've been playing Magic for years. Okay. Like this is my well, actually, this is recent stuff that I picked up a couple months ago, but I don't want to show too much because I'm working on a deck, working on some decks off the screen, working on some old school decks, 93, 94, and Commander decks. Those are the two formats I've been playing for a very long time. I've been playing 93, 94 religiously since about, I want to say 2009, 2010, before it was called Type 2 and Type 1. But I'm not going to bore you with Magic the Gathering. Where are we at here? Not sure. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? I want to make sure I got everyone here. And putting up with my and the Wink CW and putting up with my BS. There is no bullshit here on the stream. There is no bullshit. You got to put up with my BS. The only time ever the only time there's ever BS on the stream is when it's one of those spam bots trying to send me to a porn website. I think that's the only time. And oddly enough, they've been absent for a while. I don't know what happened to those guys. They used to come every week. I'm kind of hurt. I want to know how to go to those sexy websites and see some pretty ladies. Women of the night. OnlyFans. You know? Are you going to make me open up an OnlyFans so I could play with Transformers very sexually? Not that I do that. Not that I don't do that already. But yeah. What was I going to say also? There was another thing too I was supposed to bring up. I forgot. There's so many things. Like I put all this stuff here to like remind me, and now I kind of forgot everything. But Abraham says, "Hey Proto, do you think a new GI Joe Slugger type vehicle could be used as a alt mode for Megatron?" Well, we'll start with the first thing. We'll start with the first thing, which is the GI Joe Megatron crossover was not received well by a lot of people. A lot of people picked it up and didn't like how it turned out, but I think it also has to do with the fact that it's a very different design team that did those GI Joe Transformers, much like how it was a different design team from the core Transformer people that did the Star Wars Transformers and the Marvel Transformers back in the mid 2000s. So, um, the way that I see it is, I don't think they're going to be doing another Megatron anytime soon, let alone, you know, well, the mod might be doing a good job, but it's more so I'm not even seeing it either. Maybe John's doing it quickly. I don't know. Sometimes I have to go, hey, John. Someone's doing it because I don't think John looks at the chat all the time. He's just kind of listening in the background while watching TV. But getting back to your saying, I don't know if they're gonna do another Megatron. Like I think, look, they did Bumblebee. That one's gonna be coming out soon with Stalker, and then we might get another one after that. But I mean, the sales of those two, and then the lead time into doing a third one, they weren't received well, which is unfortunate because it's something that people have wanted for years. I mean, Aaron Archer technically was part of the very first GI Joe crossover, which was the Snowcat. all those years ago in Energon. You could say what you want about Energon, but it gave us the Snowcat. Yeah, that was a fun one. Um, Michael Koo says, Protoman BotBot news. Is there new BotBot news? Did something happen this week? I thought I got everything with BotBot news. Unless you're referring to something that just dropped now. Moose32 with the $5 super chat. I just bought a G1 Hound on eBay that I'm thinking isn't a vintage G1. If I described why I think it's not, give me your opinion, please. Well, first of all, the easiest way to tell with G1 Hounds, actually, you know what, my friend? You know what? Let's bring down Proto Man's G1 Hound, shall we? If it's not dusty as hell. Where are you, Hound? Where are you? It shows you how high and deep my shelving is. Where is he? Make sure nothing falls over. There we go. There we go. Okay. So, first thing with G1 Hounds that you want to look for to know if it's fake or not, okay? Because there's bootlegs from Hong Kong that are quite prevalent, and they have done them with the Hounds, and there is a reissue. So, there was a reissue by Takara, and there was a reissue by Hasbro. The little headlights on the side, okay? They're very fragile, the original ones. I'm just going to zoom in on one here. See this headlight here? Come on. Anyways, it's chrome, okay? When they reissued them, they didn't make them out of like a weak kind of chrome anymore. They made them out of like a more ABS-y kind of plastic, and that applies to the weapons too with the Hasbro version. They started doing stuff in, I want to say it's PVC. No, it's not PVC. It's probably like an ABS, a thin ABS or something. The first time they did it was with the Silver Streak, aka the Blue Streak reissue. So when you get that Hound, look at the headlights. If they're broken off, congratulations, you have a vintage Hound because they were so fragile. Um, sticker wear. There's a lot of easy ways to tell if it's a vintage G1 toy because even best case scenario, you get a vintage G1 toy that somehow a kid didn't play with it and the stickers are perfect. But that's usually the first place to kind of look, Moose. I mean, if you have like an image, if you're willing to send it to me over Twitter or Instagram, I'm willing to look at it and let you know. But in terms of feeling it, when you get in person, look at those headlights. It's not the headlights. Headlights. The side mirrors, the little side mirrors there. These things here. See that little thing there? Because my thing isn't focusing when I put it close, so I can't. I don't want to put the whole figure in front. That little side mirror. So they changed the plastic on it because same thing. The weapons, anything that was chrome on it, they used more like a black kind of ABS, and they painted in certain areas. Probably because it was fragile back then, it wouldn't pass safety regulation for Hasbro's side, so certain characters weren't released. And it's the same thing with Silver Streak and the Japanese release of Hound. I think Hound wasn't even released in America. Now that I think about it, it was only the Japanese side. But either way, but I know that there was changes that were done for safety reasons. So that's one way to tell. Tom Laney got my Star Saber. He is pretty nice, but he does feel cheap plastic, kind of soft feel to it. I don't know about soft feel. Let me get him up here. I don't know about soft feel plastic. I mean, it's kind of just what the ABS is now. That's just kind of the ABS plastic that we're dealing with in the modern age. Gone are the years of Aaron Archer and his era of stronger ABS and bigger figures, Gone is that era, unfortunately. Joseph Ritter, dear Hasbro via Proto Man, bring back Nerfles and lean into them being made a Nerf. Oh, Nerfles was a thing? I didn't even know what that. I'm not a big Nerf guy, so I don't know. I never had that as a kid. Being a Canadian, we're not really big on guns, even though they were available as a kid. Nerfles and lean into them being made of Nerf instead of plastic and let plush companies make plushies of them. What are Nerfles? I've never heard of Nerfles. Is that a thing? Or is Joseph trolling me here? Protoman said headlights and was thinking of his girlfriend. Big ol' headlights. Big ol' headlights. Oh yeah. Good night, everybody. um, where are we at here? Abraham just thought of Slugger design could work in the mainline tank mode and an homage of his gun mode without it being one. Oh, going into gun modes is always a touchy subject now, unfortunately. That's why even Ben in marketing said like Haslab, you'll never have like a gun Megatron, like it's not even possible in Haslab. Like they're never going to go that route again. To me, the only way we will ever see a gun Megatron again would be something that Takara would do exclusively for the Takara market. Like they did a Takara Megatron gun water pistol. What was it? 2 years ago, we talked about it on the podcast. Type Transformer Slag podcast water gun. Just type that, and you're gonna see they made a Megatron Walter P38 water gun, and yeah, like that was probably the extent that we'll see up to this point. And I think even that had an orange tip on the end, I want to believe. I want to believe they did that too. I could be wrong, but I want to believe that. Anyways, I hope that helped with the Hound moose, because I know that it's tough collecting G1 today and getting the original G1 because there's so many reissues and the population of reissues in the market, especially when it's loose reissues, you don't know what you're getting. And you really have to be someone who's experienced it to know the differences. Like, I mean, this guy right here, I own millions of versions of him. And so I know like the differences, like, oh, chrome stickers. That's definitely a reissue. You know, like if you could see Proto Man's camera in the reflection, you know, that's how it is. That's how it is, yo. Mike Rosen, good night, Mike. Prison of Phalanx TFW is reporting now listings discovered a TF Rise of the Beast, Titan class Phantom. Titan Changer. Oh, a Titan Changer. Well, that's the gimmick line. Titan Changers, if people are unfamiliar with Titan Changers, they're the large ones that are simplistic and have like 3 pieces of transformation. So that's probably something most of us won't be buying anyways of the hardcore collectors. Moose32 with the $10 super chat. Thank you, Moose. Thank you so much. I just received them yesterday. I will tweet you a few pictures momentarily. I very much appreciate you for taking a look. No problem. No problem. Look, let me tell you something. I'm with you. I feel the bummer because I was so lucky to collect G1, like most of G1 before like 2003 when the reissues started to really become a thing. And then I can't imagine today buying like a G1 Optimus Prime. Like you don't even know. You'd have to know specifics just to know if you're buying a reissue or not. I remember going to, I think I told this story on the stream, going to a toy convention in 2008, 2009, and a guy had a bootleg of Devastator, like a Chinese bootleg of Devastator. Not even like a good bootleg, like a crappy bootleg. Doesn't have the chrome areas, doesn't have the die cast. And I remember seeing it and going, "Oh my god, this guy's selling a bootleg." You know what? Excuse me, sir. How much is that yellowish robot there? Oh, that's Devastator. I'm asking $80 for him. When did that come out? That one? Oh, that one there? That's the Chinese exclusive. I've never heard that wording before. The Chinese exclusive. That mofo bought that from Chinatown probably 6 months ago or something. Opened it up, put it on display, realized he had the bootleg, and then put it on his table. Chinese exclusive. $80 Canadian. Good guy. Put that $80 towards a Tonkinator instead. Society seems to complain. Link CW says society seems compliant, paying more for less. We should get what we pay for, and it's not okay with paying less. Can't even get a laptop or a DVD drive these days and still paying the same price. Well, that you know what? If literally going to the mall today reminded me of anything, is that people are ridiculously bad with their money. You know, like keep in mind, guys, I'm a homeowner. I own 2 cars, and I came from a family that was not rich. Okay, we grew up in Côte de Neige. Look it up. Look up Côte de Neige, Montreal. Poor area. poor area, the ghetto. Okay, me and Jaws D. All my friends were black. I was the one white guy. You know. Went to a all black high school, Wager High. What? You know. Uh, Goober lived in the good area. Goober lived in a nice apartments, nice condo. Goober with the nice condo. I lived in the duplexes in Côte d'Ivoire near the literally near the railroad, near the tracks. I was on the wrong side of the tracks. Literally had the railroad behind me. Um, but the point is that I grew up appreciating money, understanding what it's like to not have money. I had 2 Christmases where we didn't open presents. My parents just got the one present. We left it unopened under the tree. And I remember that was a Power Ranger year. I remember we got the Micro Machine Power Rangers, the one that came with the Megazord squat, the 2 little figures. Then the other set was Titanus and King Sphinx, I believe. Those were the Micro Machine sets. Didn't get big presents. We never went to Disney World. We never took big vacations. Um, Literally between the age of 0 and 16, I had never, like, the most south I've ever gone was Plattsburgh, New York. The most west I've ever gone was Toronto. Like, I never like left my bubble because we just didn't have money. But it made me appreciate money. It made me understand money and how to make use of money and how to work with money. And when I hit high school, I started the hustle. When eBay was a thing in 1999, when I was in high school, I was hitting up all those garage sales and flea markets. And, I'll never forget my first auction. G1 Blaster, because I would find G1 Transformers like crazy. G1 Blaster, G1 Astro Chain, 2 little bootlegs that were probably from 4-Star back then that weren't based off of anything, just unique mold bootlegs, and a jump starter. I want to say probably Topspin. Sold for $71 American. For a Canadian back during the Clinton administration, $71 was like $100. And I right away was like, oh my goodness. And when you're talking a kid in high school making $100 Canadian from stuff that he found for pennies on the dollar at garage sales, the hustle began. And let me tell you, the hustle paid off. You know, be smart with your money, guys. Be smart with your money. You know, we pay for our time in our lives to get money, and way too many people just blow their money on stuff. They really do. You got to be smart with it. That's why I do Transformer finance segments. That's where I could look at this as a gift from the company and still go, look, it's not worth the $179.99. If you like it, if you love Star Saber like me and price isn't an option, then sure, get it, love it. Mwah! But it could be cheaper. It could be cheaper. I understand why. New CEO, Chris Cox, we gotta get those numbers up. I get it. I understand. I know the business side of it. But there's also the side of it where, it's still money. And that's always an issue. Chrome costs money, so it's usually not worth it. Yeah, Chrome is more expensive to put on stuff. That's Aaron Archer talking, by the way. It's more expensive to apply, and if it's not applied properly, it is a problem. And it's not the healthiest thing for factory workers either, Chrome application. I've dealt with Chrome application in my own field. And let me tell you something, those guys are not the healthiest individuals. We have 6 minutes left. Oh my goodness, we're running out of time, and we have a super chat that I missed from Michael Koo. Michael Koo with the super chat. Which Transart Beast Wars Transmetal are you looking forward to? Transmetal 2 Dinobot or Transmetal 2 Black Widow? 100% the Black Widow, because I'm a simp. No, I think the Black Arachnia looks amazing. The Transmetal 2 one. I like how they got her figure perfectly, like in terms of like her body type. And I mean, look, the last one that we got has that like kick action, like the original mold with the removable bra, which I don't have a problem with because I'm a pervert and I'll openly admit that. But no, it looks great. I'm definitely the Transmetal 2 Black Arachnia. The Dinobot, I mean, Dinobot was perfect from day one. Like that mold was already pretty great to begin with. Yeah, the tail's a little large on the old one, and it has that little swinging gimmick. But I mean, it's still a pretty good mold. Where the Black Arachnia one, take a second shot, boys. I'm down. I'm down. But I mean, they're all great. Any transmetal art stuff I could get. And Michael, like you were the one who sent me. Oh no, I already put it back. I was gonna reach for it. I already put it back in the display. Like Michael, you're the one that sent me the Ravage, and I think that thing's amazing. Amazing. I love it. And I'm not a big third party guy, but when something's cool, you know, can't argue with that. Link CW says, same situation here, poor fam, etc. And it's just stupid that people will just throw money out the window while we struggle. And why, like you understand why it's important. Well, let me explain something to you guys. Keep in mind, um, I don't get streaming services. And I want you to keep in mind something too. I'm not poor, not anymore. I do very well for myself, but I don't get streaming services. I don't get a coffee every morning. I actually kind of hate coffee. I think coffee's disgusting. Fast food is a freaking waste of money, and I love fast food, but it's a waste of money. It really, especially in Canada. Canada, it's ridiculously overpriced. You know, ridiculously overpriced. But you know, I try to save my money where I can, even though money isn't an issue for me. Because my goal now is let's retire early. Let's get out of this. Screw this. I'm done by 50. By 50, I'm done. I'm done. And I want to make that a reality. Got the house, got the car, got the cool collection, got the cool fans. Time to retire at 50. But the plan to retire at 50 can only happen if I'm smart with my money. And then I could just chill back and enjoy the rest of the 50 years of my life. And then if I win the lottery, I could hire Wendell and we'll just do the podcast 24/7. I don't know. I'll force Jaws D to quit his job and then we could just do the podcast. Like I want my dream is like get a studio, rent out a studio, and every morning we just do a pod. That'd be awesome. Fly in people, fly in Aaron Archer, get to do a face to face. Be awesome stuff. Tom Laney, thanks, Proto, for your time. Great as always. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Thank you, Tom Laney, for coming in. You were quiet today, brother, but nice to see you again. Sarah, but they do the Lolly Convoy. What other I guess you're saying Lio Convoy, but other Japanese Beast Wars era do you think they're gonna make? I would like to see Galvatron from Beast Wars Second. I think he's due. Drill Tank Dragon. I think he's due. Something without GPS. I could see that. Have a mirror to the Lio Convoy. Otherwise, I'd like to see the weird stuff. Like, give me Break, the Penguin. Remember the Penguin guy? Give me Break. Uh, redo Razor Beast just so we could have a Randy that isn't a GPS nightmare from a repaint. I want to see some of those weird Beast guys, but maybe it's just because I really like Beast Wars, and we've gotten G1 so much at this point that it's time to like see some more Beast stuff, more of the obscure. And I trust Mark and Evan, and they're doing more of the obscure, so I think it'll happen sooner or later. And I'm going to talk more about that when we get to my Skyquake segment later this week, when I talk about the Legacy Skyquake. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Sarah says my case is Transformers and going out Friday. No Starbucks, no expensive dinners, no more home cooking. Brother, that's what I do. It's all home cooking. I go to Asian supermarkets because they're so cheap. Asian supermarkets are so cheap and they're healthy, and you make stuff at home. You make stuff at home. It is so easy. And again, and I don't want to shill my podcast, excuse me, my Patreon and my Discord, but I'm going to shill it anyways because if you're part of my Patreon and you're part of my Discord, we have a whole section in the Discord dedicated to sales. Like every time something's on sale, not paying full price for a leader class at what is it like $55.99, but when it drops to $20, because that's the thing is you gotta save money in this hobby. This is an expensive hobby. This is a drug. It is. It is a drug. It's the plastic crack. But wouldn't it be great if your drug was at least 50% off so you don't have to pay full price? I learned my lesson many years ago was when I got my first legit job, like legit, constant paycheck working at Burger King. And when I got that first paycheck, every paycheck, I would just go out and buy every Energon figure that was made by this guy in the chat right now, Aaron Archer. I would buy every damn Energon figure. And I remember I'd blow $400, no problem, every single week buying every Transformer. I'd be broke as a joke. And then I went to BotCon the following year. And you know what happened? I went to BotCon the following year, and all of those Energon figures were now loose complete on the table for like 70% the value. It was like, oh wow, I bought Scorponok from Energon for like, let's say $39.99. And there he is, $10 loose complete on a table a year later at BotCon. And I went, oh my God, if you just wait, and if you're willing to buy it loose complete, I would have saved thousands of dollars. And I did the math. I went home and went, oh my God, if I, 70% per unit, wave one, 4 deluxes, 2 ultra classes, two mega classes, 1 liter or 2 liters, one supreme in the, oh my God, I would have saved $900 every month. Like, trust me. Like, just be smart with your money, my friends. I don't want you guys. There's people that are part of my Patreon and they'll contact me. I don't want to name names, but they know who they are. And they've said, like, look, I can't afford the Patreon this week. I have to back out. I apologize, but I love what you do. And it's like, look, it's like $3 they can't afford. And I go, look, I'm cool with that, man. I'm cool. If $3 a month is going to make your life more difficult, go take care of your family. I get it. I get it. If you can't afford the Patreon, if you can't afford the super chat or anything like that, I get it, because that's more important. Take care of yourself financially. There's an old saying, and it's late in the podcast now, so I'm going to say it, and I don't care about the flags or anything that we might get from analytics, but you have to get yourself fuck you money. You need fuck you money in this life. When you are financially secure and you have fuck you money, you don't have to worry about anything in life. And you're going to realize that nothing's going to make you angry either when you have fuck you money, because all of a sudden you don't need to worry about anything. And you're not going to get fuck you money if you're not smart with your money. If you're worried about your paycheck every week, you're stressing. And if you're stressing, you're taking it out on everybody. If you're taking it out on everybody, you can't enjoy yourself. And if you're stressing, you're also not making yourself healthy. Anyways, guys, sorry for the rant. We got some super chats, though. I'm going to just get these done, and then we're going to call it a night. I apologize for the long rant there, but it's important, guys. It's important. I worry about people when they don't have money. Aaron Archer, sorry, man, for the Energon toys. Aaron, I love you, brother. Moose32 sent that tweet your way. Thanks, Protoman. Moose, I'll get to that tweet in probably an hour, because after we finish the stream, I have to put the stream on private, and then I have to do editing and then put the thumbnails. But I'll get to it within an hour or so, Moose. I promise you 100%. T-Formers 2002. I'd love to see all the Beast Wars 2nd and Neo combiners again. God Neptune we just got, though. God Neptune was fantastic. Magna Boss needs one desperately. I never took a photo of this. I should probably do it one day. I got this a couple weeks ago. I know. So, this is a little Kabaya, little candy toy Magna Boss. Magna Boss is riddled. The original Magna Boss is riddled with GPS. They need to make a brand new one. Tripredicus would just be cool again, outside of obviously what we did at BotCon that year that I worked on that set. It would be nice to get a new one. But anyways, guys, thank you everything that you guys do. Thank you for coming again to another awesome live stream. We peaked at like 195 people. Obviously, it drops down later on. People have to go to sleep. People have to relax. It's a Saturday night. I don't blame you if you don't want to hang out. Timmy K. Poindexter, there you are. You missed the stream. Timmy, contact me, please. I have a Cheetor I'm trying to send you, brother. There you are. Timmy, contact me. Instagram, Twitter, something. I need to send you a Cheetor. I was going to give it away, brother. Anyways, thank you all for coming. Thank you, Goober. Thank you, Josh Perez. Thank you, Aaron Archer. Thank you, all my green super chats, my Patreon people, everyone who gave super chats also. Thank you, everything. Again, if you want to support the podcast, we have Patreon. The link is down there. Join the Patreon if you want. You get a whole bunch of extra stuff. You get to bug me in the Discord if you want. I'm always, if I'm at work, I always have my Discord open on my workstation, so I can kind of, let's talk about bots, But again, guys, Patreon, that's the best way to support the podcast. If you don't like Patreon, you want to be like the green names over there and just ask questions and stuff, you could join YouTube membership. That's the join button that's down there with the YouTube algorithms. Otherwise, just check everything out. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones, your families. Enjoy the holidays. Don't stress out. It's a beautiful world out there. Ignore social media. Ignore all the negativity. The real world is what you have outside your front door, and that's the way it should always be. Take care of yourselves. I'm out of here. I'm going to go relax, play some video games, edit the pod, and then just enjoy the rest of the weekend. Sunday is my day off, like always. Take care. I'm out of here. I love you all. See you later.